So yesterday, the Smashing Pumpkins came by here at XL Energy Center in St. Paul on a part of their Shiny and Oh So Bright tour, which I don't know if it's necessarily fair to call it a reunion tour because like Darcy isn't a part of it, but then again there was some sort of like drama between Billy and Darcy among those two via Twitter, disagreeing, whatever, I don't know, but for the most part they got Billy, James, and Jimmy, so those are the only members you need, but there are three other like touring members among the bands there as well. But, you know, I considered this tour more of a 30th anniversary tour for the band. That's what Billy even said himself. And I want to vlog about this because this was easily, hands down, like the best concert ever to be offered at the XL Energy Center. And probably the easiest reason why is because if you go to most concerts at the XL Energy Center, like the set is usually an hour and a half at the very most for the main act, whereas for this tour their set was literally 3 hours. That was amazing. Like, I believe they started playing around 8:15 and they finished around like 11:15, and I think that might even include an encore. I don't know. Oh my god, just like easily the best XL Energy Center concert I've ever been to, just for that reason alone. And just the set was amazing. There's even some little improvising like that. That was probably the best live rendition I've seen of Porcelina of the Vast Oceans I've ever seen performed by the band. And the only time I actually seen Billy, Jimmy, and James all on stage together, 2018. Like, this hasn't happened in at least, like, what, 18 years since Machina? One of the Machina albums, I can't remember. But, just, like, Billy has finally got his shit together, and wow, what a fucking performance that was. I highly recommend this tour for anyone who's been considering seeing the Pumpkins. The Pumpkins is essentially Billy Corgan. But, like, you have the drumming skill and techniques of Jimmy Chamberlin. Like, that guy survived almost overdosing on heroin, and he's at the kid of the drums. And then James, he did sing one song. He does backing vocals, and he's got his own unique guitar tone as well. Like, I mean, Billy can't play two guitars at once, so James is like the next runner-up. So just seeing all three of the four founding members, and of course James is a founding member as well. He co-wrote some songs as well. Co-wrote and wrote some of the original songs for the band. So he's an integral member of the band. And as you can see, I got this is in fact my favorite album by the Pumpkins that I have on a shirt. And for once it's not black, so nice change of pace for the color as well. I usually get black band shirts, but now I got this dark blue one with one of my favorite album covers on it. And I'm just ever so slightly disappointed they only covered like, what, 6 or 7 Melancholy songs, but like, just it was amazing sets. 7 Siamese Dream songs, 6 or 7 Melancholy songs, and a little from Gish and Adore. Around that era, I think they might have done Machina songs as well. I only listen to the first 4 albums consistently of theirs, consistently enough. And they did some covers too. Like, they did a very unique cover of Stairway to Heaven, and I even have a picture of myself with this, I guess you could call it a float of the Virgin Mary, I believe it is. That's what my grandma thinks it is, what it looks like. I thought it was Jesus. That's how much I know about Catholicism. But that floated around during their rendition of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. So this was a massive, basically 30th anniversary tour of the band. Is amazing. I highly recommend it. Especially you get your money's worth for 3 hours versus just an hour and a half set. So I highly recommend for anyone to go catch them on this tour, and I'm sure there'll be a follow-up tour for that new song that they also played, Solara, is that how you pronounce it? Jimmy even plays a drum solo during that, so I don't know if that's actually on the single version of the song, but check that out. Like, man, what an amazing set. The set is the same throughout the tour, as far as I know anyway. But there's just amazing visuals. They really go all out for this, and like, man, I highly recommend it for anyone. Check it out.